my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia, off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Count it for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game.
Smacked to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard, count it, and a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not? And I've got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia, off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Count it for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game.
Smacked to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard, count it, and a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming to you live from the Buccaneer Stadium here in Corpus Christi, Texas, as the Longhorns from Laredo United are here to go up against the undefeated, unbeaten Falcons from Los Fresnos High School. This is Ignacio coming to you live from Buccaneer Stadium here in Corpus Christi, Texas. And we want to thank everybody for your cooperation and patience as this game was delayed 1 hour back from the matchup we had here at Buccaneer Stadium earlier today, as the Rattlers from San Marcos came and defeated the Bobcats of Edinburgh High School 33-3. And during that matchup, there was a 2-hour delay. And because of that delay, this game had to be pushed back an hour. But small clouds covering the Knights here in the 3-6-1, as the home crowd of Los Fresnos making some noise as their players make their way into the tunnel. And I want to take this time to thank the athletic department here at Corpus Christi ISD for allowing us to use their fan/official mic feed. So you'll be able to get a good energy level coming from both sides, primarily from the Falcons of Los Fresnos, as we're up in the booth on the home side, and of course Los Fresnos being the home team here tonight. We're just about 7 minutes away from kickoff. What I could anticipate will be the best matchup that we have remaining in the second round of the UIL playoffs. Now let's take a look at the current standings from both these teams. The Falcons, as I mentioned, unbeaten, undefeated, 11-0 and unbeaten in district play. And with that being said, of course, they get the outright district championship as the Longhorns from Laredo United make their way onto the field. And don't let those bleachers fool you from our angle, because we got a packed house here on the home side. Los Fresnos coming off a victory last week over Edinburgh Condominiums, and I had the pleasure of covering that game at Los Fresnos, where the Falcons came away with a 35-10 victory. The runner-ups of District 32-6A were Harlingen, the Cardinals. And let's scratch it off for a second. Here come the Falcons of Los Fresnos. just the full energy the Falcons are bringing here in Corpus Christi. And I jokingly said as I came here, has to be at least half the city's population here tonight, because this is a packed house on the home side, and more fans still coming in tonight. So as I was mentioning, the Cardinals, with an unfortunate loss yesterday against Medina Valley, who actually are the leaders of 36A, where United is from. And then third place in 32-6A, the Greyhounds of San Benito had a loss in the first round against Weslaco. And then the fourth-ranked Veterans of Brownsville had a loss against Edinburgh, who was here earlier today and had a loss. Meanwhile, United, the Longhorns, in second place of their district standings. And alma maters will now be played from both campuses. We'll let that roll. Meanwhile, the third place team was Eagle Pass in 36A. They had a loss in bi-district round against San Marcos, 42-10, who we just saw dominate following that 2-hour lightning delay. And then the fourth-ranked team was, of course, Laredo LBJ, who had a bi-district defeat against Cibolo Steel, 14-69. And then Steel, of course, went on to win yesterday over Weslaco, 45-14, and their next opponent will be against San Antonio Johnson. That matchup is scheduled for Friday, November 28 at 2 p.m. at Gustafson Stadium over in San Antonio, Texas. Again, that's Cibolo Steel going up against San Antonio Johnson in the San Antonio area. And believe it or not, both these teams, the Falcons of Los Fresnos and the Longhorns of Laredo United, have had two common opponents. Both teams went on to play Laredo United South, and the Longhorns won back in October 3rd, 28-3 as their first district opponent. Meanwhile, the Falcons played United South in a non-district matchup on September 11 and won 45-7. I'm going to step aside real quick, and the the alma mater of the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Again, just a lot of energy coming from the home side of Los Fresnos. And we do want to thank our sponsor for this evening's matchup, Kenny Perez. We want to thank his law firm for sponsoring tonight's matchup. And the other common opponent they had were San Benito. Laredo United played them back on September 12th. They beat the Greyhounds 31-10. And then the Falcons played San Benito as their first district opener. They took care of business there, 42-25. That was back on October 17. So both teams, I would say, are pretty well balanced, but I would slightly give the edge to the Falcons because they are the undefeated, unbeaten team here. And we'll turn it over to the PA announcer as we get set for the playing of the national anthem.
Now, will everyone within hearing distance of the music please rise and remain standing in respect for our country and our nation's flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And the national anthem was played by the Los Fresnos band, as the color guard are from Corpus Christi Miller High School. So we want to send a shout out to Corpus Christi Miller High School and their ROTC cadets for the presentation of colors. And with that being said, we are now getting set for this kickoff here live at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas. Los Fresnos Falcons, undefeated, unbeaten, going up against Laredo United Longhorns. We'll be back after these commercial breaks. Stick with us here in the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law Firm.
Book your summer getaway today. Visit SoPadre.com.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
Rev up your future with Texas Southmost College's Auto Body Repair Program. In just 2 semesters, you'll gain the skills to become an auto body repair specialist. Learn using industry standard iCar Academy to get you job ready fast. If you're ready to drive your career forward, TSC's Auto Body Repair Program is the place to start. Classes are filling fast, so visit tsc.edu and apply today.
And we are back here on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law Texas Injury Lawyers, as both teams are breaking out of their huddles to get set for this kickoff here tonight. Some of the players to look out for from both teams. First, let's take a look at United Longhorn side of the field. Quarterback number 10, Jorge Luna, senior. Running back number 23, Juan Lopez. Wide receiver number 82, Colt Lozano, the main target for Luna. And over on the defensive side of the ball, number 12, Ethan Estrada, and number 14, Avean Alfaro. Now, over on the home side of the Falcons, number 2, Robert Pineda, quarterback, and number 4, running back Tyler Stakoviak, and main weapon for Pineda, number 84, Enrique Guerra. As the Falcons initiate what looked like kind of a fake kickoff there, as we look over the defense side of the Falcons, number 0, Juan Sanchez, and number 90, Fernando Garcia. Kick is off, and here we go, folks, here tonight at Buccaneer Stadium. The Longhorns receive it at the 5-yard line, run it to the 15, and will be stopped at about the 20. As the player does go down just past the 20-yard line. And the Falcons wearing the all-maroon jerseys with the gold helmets, and the United Longhorns in the all-whites. 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Ball will be placed at the 22-yard line, and that is where Jorge Luna and the Longhorns will get started here tonight. As the crowd over from Los Fresnos making some noise already to kick things off and boost up their defense. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the left. Ball snap, looking in that direction. Gonna rip it down the middle. Caught by number 82 in the 40-yard line. Great reception there early on by the Longhorns. Catch was made by number 82, Colt Lozano. That'll be about a 19-yard gain for the Longhorns. Fresh set of downs for Laredo United. Still going to keep that spread shotgun formation. Now they have 3 receivers on the right. Colt on the far outside of the sideline. Just going to hand it off down the middle. Cuts inside and will get about 6 yards on this play. Run was initiated by number 10, Jorge Luna. Correction, that was the handoff by Luna. 2nd and 4 for the Longhorns. Ball's going to be snapped. Another handoff to the running back. He's going to run to the right side. Finds an opening to the 45, 40, 35, 30, and nearly made the last defender missed. Run was made by number 23, Juan Lopez. Some great movement of the ball in the running game, especially by Luna early in this game. Lopez early in this game. Now gets in Falcon territory. 1st and 10 at Los Fresnos 29. 3 receivers on the left-hand side. If it's a pass, I can expect it to go that way as they motion the running back in that direction. He's just going to keep it himself to the 25-20. And we'll just go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Luna with the keeper there, following the pressure from the Falcons' defensive front. So United using their legs early on to get the ball moving down the field. Now get in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 18. 17-yard line. Los Fresnos, non-complete setup here. Would expect a bit more urgency on the defensive side as number 20 now makes a run to the left side. Will he get through the defenders? No, he won't. Does get some yardage from that play. Run was initially made by number 20, Aiden Ochoa, on the carry. We'll get maybe about 3 yards on that play. 2nd and 7 now for the Longhorns. As they line up on shotgun formation again. Luna could be looking for a pass on this play. He's going to look in the right-hand side. Quick toss. Caught by number 82, Colt Lozano. And is he able to get the touchdown? No, he won't. Will get marked between the 2 and the 1 yard line. So Lozano will bring up a 1st and goal now for the Longhorns. United keeping their foot on the gas pedal, not looking back at all in this first drive. Ball's going to be snapped. Hand it off down the middle, and it is enough for the touchdown. Longhorns get on the board first. United with early, powerful leg movement by carrying the ball throughout this matchup. Able to convert on their first drive for a touchdown. As the extra point now gets set up here. Ball's going to be snapped, and it gets deflected off the line for no good. Just the momentum the Falcons needed following that first defensive drive. Let's pull up that replay here on the extra point attempt, as I'm noticing one of the Falcon defenders running to the sideline. As the pressure from the defensive end, or the special teams group from the Falcons, get them at the center of that play. Great stop there by the Falcons. They'll get themselves on offense after this commercial break. We'll be back on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Performing Arts Center is where creativity takes center stage. This facility immerses students in visual, performing, and fine arts programs where every student shines. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
And we are back on the RSO Network. If you're just joining in, United Longhorns on their first offensive possession march their way down to the end zone for 6 and get their extra point attempt blocked by the Falcons, and they will be up 6-0. Here goes the kickoff. Falcons gonna let this roll in the end zone, and will be a touchback. And Falcons would take care of business at the 25, led by none other than number 2, Robert Pineda. The Falcons, under the senior leadership of Robert Pineda, looking to put themselves on the board on this first offensive possession. As the coaching staff of the Falcons group up before they line up to begin their first play. 1st and 10, ball placed at the right hash mark of the 25. And here we go, shotgun formation. 3 receivers tight on the left. We're gonna motion them all to the right. They do all have to be set before the ball snapped. And they do. Pineda's just gonna keep it to the right-hand side. Gets an opening, and we'll get about 5 yards on the play. A good start up there for the Falcons, getting themselves in manageable positions. 2nd and 5 now for Los Fresnos. As the crowd continuing to make some noise, especially from the Los Fresnos side. Los Fresnos fans patiently waiting to see if they can get some big gains of yardage just like the Longhorns did earlier. Clock ticking, about 8.5 now. Some early motion before the ball was snapped. Let's see what the call is on the field. It could be a false start against the Falcons.
False start on the offense, number 62. 5-yard penalty, still remains 2nd down.
So some early movement by the Falcons will push them back 5, so it'll be 2nd and 10 now for Los Fresnos as they try to shake that off and see if they can get themselves for a 1st down, if not more. Shotgun formation, their receivers now spread out on the left-hand side. Some movement by the Longhorn defender. Quick pass by Pineda to number 13. He's going to move his legs and pushing his way forward to the 35. He might just have enough for the 1st down. Catch was made by Ricardo Salazar. Is it enough for the 1st down? Yes, it is. And the Falcons working with some quick tempo offense as they do a hard clap, try to read off the defenders a little bit as Pineda and the offense look to the side, see if the coaches catch anything. Ball's going to be snapped. Quick toss to the right-hand side to Stakoviak. Going to run it to the 30. Does he get to the line of scrimmage? No, he's going to lose about 2 yards on that play. So it'll be 2nd down and 11 for the Falcons. They lose 1 yard on that attempted run. I would have liked the Falcons to have snapped that ball on the tempo. I'm not sure if the Longhorns defense was lined up ready for that play. Gives them a little bit of breathing room to be able to recover and make that stop. 2nd and 11 for the Falcons. The slot covered by a deep safety. Could go that direction. Let's see if they do. Pineda's just going to toss it to the right side. Caught. 40, 45, 50. And gets pushed out of bounds. Catch was made by number 4, Tyler Stakoviak. And that will be enough for a Los Fresnos 1st down. Ball now placed at the 48-yard line. And clock continues to roll. We are now adjusting the clock a little bit for you all. 6:53 as Stakoviak does go out of bounds on that play. As the Falcons have 2 receivers on each side now. Keep your close eye on number 84, Enrique Guerra, who I believe is on the far left. Ball snap's going to run it down the middle. Stakoviak trying to get some positive yardage, gets about 2 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 8 now for the remaining Valley team, the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Falcons able to move the ball. Did have a false start penalty early in this drive. Had them push back 5 yards, but no issue with Stakoviak on the Falcons side getting themselves a 1st down. 2nd and 8 now for Los Fresnos. 2 backs next to Pineda. Motioning to the left side. Ball's going to be snapped. Going to be a keeper and is going to swing it to number 13, but drops it as the officials will make the stop there, and it will be considered incomplete as the pass was made forward from the initial toss. The intended target, I believe, was number 13, Ricardo Salazar again. 3rd and 8 now for Los Fresnos. This is their first 3rd down. Let's see if they're able to convert for a 1st down, if not more. Los Fresnos still waiting on the signal. They have 12 seconds left in the play clock. Not sure if they're going to get this play off in time as it now goes to 7, 6, 5. I don't think they're going to get it. They might have to call a timeout. Let's see what they do. And a timeout will be called as the play clock just landed at 0.
Los Fresnos, that's their first charge of the half.
So Los Fresnos needing to use their first timeout at the midfield, 3rd and 8. Let's see what they do when we come back here on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Hello, sports fans. I'm Jason Starkey with Gallery Homes.
Here at Gallery, we make building your new home simple and stress-free. From sales to selections, we handle every step so you can enjoy the journey to your new home. This is Gallery, where your dreams become reality.
And we are back on the RSO network. Los Fresnos, 3rd and 8 at the midfield, need to get to about the 42 of Longhorn territory if they're looking to extend this drive. Ball is going to be snapped. A double reversal with a flea flicker from Pineda down to the right hash mark and open, 25-20. Brought down to about the 18. A great play call there by the Falcons. Catch was made by number 13. Ricardo Salazar, let's put an eye mark on him, as he's been a weapon already early on in this matchup. Falcons now in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 18. Pineda getting some clarification with Lucky Perales, number 1, the slot receiver. And Salazar is going to motion to the middle slot, and the outside is 84, Enrique Guerra. So some tough weapons on the left side for the Falcons. Let's see if they go that direction. No, they're just going to hand it off down the middle, and is quickly met by a duo of Longhorns. No gain on the play there, and that will bring up 2nd and 10 for Los Fresnos. Let's see if you pull up the replay from that trick play there by the Falcons, as they did a double reverse and a flea flicker to Pineda, and just finds Ricardo Salazar in the open for that play. 2nd and 10 now for Los Fresnos. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Ball snapped. It's going to be a keeper, and Pineda gets maybe about 4 yards on that carry, which will bring up 3rd and about 6 for the Falcons. Ball is going to be placed just past the 15-yard line. I'd say it's between the 15 and the 14. They do need to get to about the 9 if they're looking to extend this drive. This is still just the first offensive possession by Los Fresnos, and they've done a pretty good job chewing up this clock about 5 minutes into this drive, and they're still pushing. Let's see what the Falcons do here on the 2nd, 3rd down conversion. Empty set. Ball snap. Pineda looking to the left. Going to find an open receiver as he makes a defender miss and gets brought down at the 9. Let's see if that's enough for the first down. That was Salazar with the reception. And it's going to be 4th and short. Ball is at the 9. The first down marker is between the 9 and the 8. Clock still ticking. Now pushing 6 minutes on this drive. Los Fresnos, of course, keeping their offense on the field, have no hesitation with this call here on 4th down. Falcons line up with 7 seconds remaining. Let's see if they get this ball snapped in time. Ball snap. Pineda with the keeper is going to try to find an opening. Will he get it? Let's see where the officials spot him. I want to say he did not get enough yardage for the first down. He won't. And the ball will be turned over on downs. Pineda failed to convert on this 4th down play. Laredo United will take over. Let's take a look at that replay, folks. Pineda decides to keep this one as one of the corners, number 12 for the United Longhorns, Ethan Estrada, able to make that stop, breaking through the receivers' coverage there and giving United the ball back deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 at their own 9. Ball's going to be snapped. Comfortable in the pocket, and a quick strike caught by number 2 for Laredo United, Santiago Delgado, with the reception. And that's going to keep the clock moving. Ball's now placed at the 23, 14-yard gain on that play. United looking to add more on the board. 2 receivers on each side. Ball's going to be snapped a little high, but still caught. Running back's going to try to find an opening. Won't get anything, but gets 3 yards instead. 2nd and 7 now for the Longhorns. Ball carrier was number 23, Juan Lopez. United going to keep the spread offense now. 3 receivers on the left-hand side. If it's a pass, let's see if it goes in that direction. Ball's going to be snapped quickly down the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Went through the hands of the receiver there from the Longhorns. Pass intended to Santiago Delgado, unable to make the catch. Third and 7 now for the Longhorns. Let's see if the Falcons are able to put a stop here and give Pineda another chance on offense. United with a hard count, looking back at the sideline, see if the coaches caught anything from the Falcon defense. I do intend this to be another pass play, possibly maybe a short pass. Luna dropping back, throws it, and caught to the 50, makes a defender miss and gets brought down in Falcon territory. Catch was made by number 3, Rola San Miguel. It'll now be a fresh set of downs for the Longhorns, now in Falcon territory. Ball's placed at the 47. And United in control early on in this game, 1st and 10. 3 receivers again on the left. It's going to be a handoff down the middle. It's going to find an opening on the right side to the 40 and get brought down at the 35. A 12-yard gain on the play by number 23, Juan Lopez. And that'll be another first down for Laredo United. Same formation. Would not be surprised if they run the same play. Going to find a receiver again. Thought about throwing. He's going to keep it himself and is going to slide down near the 30-yard line is where the slide initially was made, and that's where they're going to spot him. So 2nd and 5. Need to get to the 25 or more. As we adjust the clock here, we got 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Laredo United on the second possession, still moving the ball, but moving closer and closer for another score. Rolls out to the left-hand side. Luna looking for a pass. Bumbles and fumbles. Is it recovered by the Falcons? Yes, it is. Los Fresnos with a forced fumble. We'll get the ball back with 26 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. As we pull up the replay, Luna was rolling out to the left-hand side, trying to find an open receiver down the middle. Didn't like what he saw. He hesitated there as he bumped into his running back, gets the ball stripped, and is recovered by number 95 of the Falcons, Jose Frausto. And Los Fresnos back on action. 1st and 10. Ball snapped, handed off down the middle to number 15. Runs it down the middle. I believe that was Juan Carlos Fuentes with the carry. And with about 10 seconds remaining, let's see the Falcons get another play off before the quarter ends. They do. Another handoff down the middle. Finds an opening on the left side. Takes it to the second level and will be brought down. Run was made by number 15, Fuentes again. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Falcons starting to move and get themselves on the board following the fumble recovery. It'll be a fresh set of downs from the Falcons. When we come back from commercial break, stick with us here on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Perez, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Time to take a new look, maybe your first look at Buick. If smart, hip, and affordable is for you, Buick's your brand. Fruya Buick, Brownsville, Texas.
And we are back on the RSO Network. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Bineda's going to keep it, tries to find an opening I believe he had enough to keep it at the line of scrimmage. He does. And that'll bring us 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. As the Falcons now line up to see if they're able to move the ball. They had some momentum ending the quarter, hoping that break doesn't interfere much with that momentum to keep this drive alive for the Falcons. 2nd down. Ball snap. Pineda rolling out to the left. It's going to find a receiver, and it's caught by number 1, Lucky Perales. He's going to be maybe about a yard or 2 shy of the 1st down. It will be 3rd down and 1. So 3rd and 1 for Los Fresnos. Ball's placed at the 43. Need to get to the 42. Would not be surprised if they hand this one off to Stakoviak if he's on the backfield. Here we go. Ball snap. It's going to be kept by Pineda down the middle and crosses the 1st down and more. We'll get to about the 37 and a fresh set of downs for Los Fresnos. As the Falcons move with some tempo, 3 receivers on the right. They're going to call it no. They're going to look to the side, try to read off the Longhorn defense. Ball snap. Quick toss to the right-hand side, number 1, Perales. And we'll move forward. Gets maybe about 6 yards on that play. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 4 for Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos trying to utilize all their weapons as best as they can. Noticing some great early play action by Pineda with some keepers and using Salazar, number 13. Let's see if they keep it that way or involve more weapons on offense. Ball snapped a little high. It's going to be a keeper by Pineda. Tries to run it to the outside, able to make the defender miss to the 30, and will just run out of bounds at about the 26. And it will be enough for a 1st down for the Falcons as the chains move along with the clock. And they're actually going to pause it temporarily to let the chain set up here. So 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. Ball will now be placed at the 26. And they'll actually pause the clock here just for a bit here before the ball gets snapped, and there it goes. Looking to the right-hand side, caught by number 13 again, Salazar. Nearly made that 2nd defender miss. Tackle made by number 1, Alfred Aromensa. As the Falcons able to get about 5 yards on that play. 2nd and 5 now for Los Fresnos. Ball placed at the 21. Again, Los Fresnos, the last remaining Rio Grande Valley team in the UIL State Football Playoffs, trying to get themselves on the board and potentially take the lead following the extra point. 2nd and 5. Ball's going to be snapped. Handed off. No, kept by Pineda to the 20. Tries to spin it out from the defender. Let's see where the officials spot him, as he looks like he's going to be near the 1st down, and they're going to give him the 1st down. Fresh set of downs for Los Fresnos. That'll bring up a 1st down in the red zone now. First and 10 for the Falcons. Ball is now at the 16. Need to get to the 6. Of course, that's not what the Falcons want. They want to get in the end zone. Let's see what the offense draws up here with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Moving a little slow to get to the line. Let's see if they're able to get this play off in time. 4, 3, 2, 1. They do. Pineda with a fake play action. Trying to look for a receiver. Can't find anybody. Tries to keep it himself. Makes the defender spin and miss. And not able to hold it for long. The Longhorns with the pressure, with the stop. Will be a loss of about 4 yards, as Pineda was a bit slow to get up from the floor, able to shake it off, and stays on the field. 2nd down, Los Fresnos. Ball placed at the 19 now. Loss of 3 on the play. Falcons going to have 2 receivers on each side of the field. Could it be a short pass or a run by Stakoviak, who's next to him? Ball snap, Pineda dropping back, looking for a pass. Stachowiak wide open down the middle to the 10, the 5, mama! There goes that man for the touchdown. Stachowiak puts the Falcons on the board, and we have a tie game pending the extra point. Tyler Stachowiak, a huge asset in the last game last week against Edinburgh Conomedes, had 3 rushing touchdowns, has a receiving touchdown in this game now. Extra point to put the Falcons up by 1. Ball snap, hold looks good, kick is up, and it is good. Los Fresnos now with a 7-6 lead over the Longhorns. We're gonna go to commercial break. When we come back, Laredo United back on offense. We'll be back here shortly on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers. And we are back in the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers. Let's pull up that instant replay on the touchdown reception by number 4, Tyler Stachowiak. Espineta just drops back for a couple seconds, finds him down the middle wide open, and is able to punch it in for the touchdown to give the Falcons the 7-6 lead here early or midway through the second quarter. Kick is off and is going to roll in the end zone, and that will be a touchback for the Longhorns, and they'll start at the 25. And we want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who's tuning into this matchup here tonight, whether it's on the RSO Network app, on YouTube, or any other platform we have this game available to you. Feel free to share this matchup because we have a good one here tonight at Corpus Christi, here at Buccaneer Stadium. The Falcons up 7-6. Laredo United Longhorns back on offense. 1st and 10 at the 25. United going to have 3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Empty set for the quarterback. Finds a quick target, catch, and caught. Reception made by number 3. Rola San Miguel gets about 7 yards on that play. It'll bring up 9 yards on the play. They mark him just shy of the first down, so 2nd and 1 now for the Longhorns. United again with the empty set. Ball snap. Luna dropping back. He's just going to keep it himself. Will he make the defender miss? Not really. However, he does get enough for the first down as he muscles and lunges his way forward. Luna gives the Longhorns a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10. Ball now placed at the 36. And they're going to keep this empty set. I would not be too surprised if they keep this set on this drive. 1st and 10. Throw it long and deep, and it is caught. Great reception there made by the Longhorns. Number 82 with the catch. Colt Lozano again with another big reception. 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Now in Falcon territory. Ball's placed at the 41 with 6:40 now remaining left in the game. Empty set again. Ball snaps. Luna dropping back comfortably in the pocket. Now gets disrupted. Now has to keep it. Is he going to be able to beat defender? No, but he does get 8 yards. Stays in bounds, and the clock will move. Great stop there by the Falcons, allowing Jorge Luna to get that first down. It's going to be 2nd and 3. So 7-yard carry on that play. United doing a great job just pulling up a lot of different options, not repeating much of the same thing. As he makes a quick strike, and an incomplete pass is called. Those Fresnos fans thinking that was a fumble, but he did not maintain possession on that reception, so it will be incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 3 now for the Longhorns. Luna Again, keeping this empty set. Latif's able to find Cody again on this play. Going to motion it to the jet sweep. It's going to run it to the left-hand side to the 30, and it will be enough for the first down for the Longhorns. The intended runner was number 20, Aiden Ochoa, with the carry. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Laredo United at the 28. And again, no running back next to Luna. Ball's going to be snapped. Again, a bit comfortable on the pocket. He's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be caught by none other than number 82, Colt Lozano. Touchdown, Laredo United. The Longhorns back in the lead following the first down by Laredo United, get themselves back up on the board as they get set for the extra point kick. Now, I noticed the first time the Longhorns had some of their linemen just on a standing position and then got themselves low on the snap. Now keeping it low before the snap as the kick goes up, and that will be good this time. Laredo United up 13-7 here at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi. We'll be back after this commercial break, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Kenny Pettis came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Pettis Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Pettis Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1111.
And we are back on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law Texas Injury Lawyers, as the United Longhorns now get themselves back in the lead, 13-7. And if you're just tuning in, the Longhorns able to score on their initial offensive drive, missed the extra point, gets blocked by the Falcons. Los Fresnos then gets the ball, fails to convert on a 4th down play, which will give the Longhorns the ball back as the Los Fresnos receiver catches it at the 15 and will be stopped about 10 yards after that near the 25-yard line marker. Meanwhile, the second possession of the Longhorns does end up being a fumble recovered by the Falcons. And then that's where Pineda and the Falcon offense get themselves on the board by an open catch by Stakoviak down the middle, with the extra point being good, up 7-6. Notice I didn't say it the other way around, Gen Z fans. Then the Longhorns able to counter with a long reception made by number 82, Colt Lozano. Now, the Falcons back on offense, 1st and 10, 5:19 remaining. There is a 2-minute timeout if we get to that mark, or when we get to that mark, I should say. Ball is handed off to Stakoviak, and we'll get maybe about a yard on that play. 2nd and 9 now. Los Fresnos looking to the side for the signal call by the Falcons. Going to keep 3 receivers on the left. Correction, on the right. Pineda trying to move the ball for the Falcons. He's going to drop back for a quick pass. Caught by number 1, Lucky Perales. Able to muscle himself a bit forward after the catch. Gets maybe 2 yards on that play. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 now for Los Fresnos. Let's see what the Falcons drop here. Maybe another trick up their sleeve like the last time on the reverse flea flicker. If not, maybe something else. Los Fresnos eating up some of this clock. I wouldn't say too much of it, as they're playing a bit balanced on offense with 10 seconds left on the play clock. Ball's going to be snapped. Pineda rolling to the left side. Finds a receiver that he likes, and it's incomplete. Nearly caught. Pass intended to number 84, Enrique Guerra, as he was close to making that reception. That's going to force the Falcons to punt this one away. 4th and 7, ball at the 29. And no, folks, I don't think they're going to fake this one. They are going to need to send this one off as they rely on their defense to make another stop, potentially another turnover. Ball's going to be snapped. Punter able to get this one away. Boots this one a little high, and it's going to bounce in favor of the Longhorns, and the Falcons will pick it up at about the 42. And that is where the Longhorns will get themselves on this possession, the fourth one. Able to score on the first one, get a ball turned over on the second. Throws a strike from Luna to Lozano. And now here we are, folks. 3:55 remaining here in the first half. The United Longhorns looking pretty good on offense. Let's see if they can keep this alive. 1st and 10. Ball placed at the 42. Ball's going to be snapped. Fake handoff. Quick toss to the right side. And caught by none other than Colt Lozano. Gets about 12 yards on that play, and it is enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Now in Falcon territory. 3:35 and ticking. Going to keep the same formation again. Ball will be snapped. Early movement by the line of the Falcons. Won't matter anyways. And catch is made by number 2, but is there a fumble on the field again? No. Officials will wave it incomplete again. I thought he made enough movement following that reception for that to be a fumble. But hey, you tell me. Here's the replay. Lozano just been really comfortable throughout majority of this game. Just drops back, finds the open target. And I don't know, folks. I don't know about that one. 2nd and 10. Ball still at Los Fresnos 44. Ball's going to be snapped. And a penalty before they get anything further here. Let's see what the officials call on the field.
False start. Number 13 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still remains 2nd down.
And it will be a false start penalty against the Longhorns. That's going to push them back 5 yards. So now 2nd and long for Laredo United. Second and 15. Ball now placed at Los Fresnos 49. Motion man to the left, number 2. Ball's going to be snapped, and it will look like it went to him for a second, but no, it's a screen on the opposite direction. Able to get 5 yards on the play, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11. He only gets 4 yards on the play. And I know many of y'all are still contemplating whether that was a completion and a fumble, or the incomplete that was ruled by the officials. 3rd and 11 for the Longhorns. Ball snapped. Luna dropping back, finds an open target, and caught, and a fumble. No, another incomplete. Here we go again. As I made the initial call there, didn't jinx it, or at least didn't tend to. But you tell me this time, did he make a move? Here's that replay. As Laredo United lines up for the ball. And again, Luna just in full comfortable mode there. 1, 2, I don't think he caught that one, folks. The other one maybe, but this one for sure an incomplete. 4th and 11 for the Longhorns. Play clock winding down under 5. They're going to call timeout. Not sure if they were thinking about going for it. Their offense was still on the field.
Laredo, that's the first charge timeout of the half.
So United using their first timeout here, each of them now with only 2. Let's see what the Longhorns draw up when we come back. Stick with us here on the Arsenal Network, sponsored by Kenny Bettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs.
Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate. Call us now.
And we are back in the Arsenal Network, sponsored by Kenny Bettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers. And Laredo United now facing a 4th and 11 here. Ball placed at the Los Fresnos 45. Need to get to the 39. And they're going to keep their offense on the field. They feel good about themselves getting this first down, if not more. As the Falcons fans now stand up on their feet to make some noise for their defense. Ball snap, looking for a short pass. Will he get it? No, incomplete. Nearly caught by number 2. Santiago Delgado won't get it. And the Falcons now get the ball on the turnover on downs. Let's take a look at that replay on the near reception there by the Longhorns, as Luna, what I intended was going to be a short pass down the middle or out. Finds the open target, but just unable to get it. And now the Falcons, 1st and 10, as the crowd noise went out a little bit. We'll see if we can get that back for y'all. Los Fresnos now. Pineda dropping to the right. Is going to find a receiver caught by number 1, Lucky Perales, and he's going to get maybe about 2 or 3 on that play. Great catch there by Lucky Perales. That's going to give the Falcons a 2nd and 9 on this play. And Los Fresnos, with some confusion here, not sure if they'll get this ball off in time, and they will call a timeout. Correction, it's actually going to go down to the 2-minute timeout. So 2nd and 9 for the Falcons. We'll go to commercial break, and when we return, Los Fresnos, 2nd and 9, ball at the 46. We'll be back on the RSO Network. Sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
And we are back in the RSO Network. Los Fresnos coming off the 2-minute timeout here. We'll get a fresh set of downs. Or correction, it'll be 2nd and 9. Ball's going to be placed at the 46 as they try to add some points on the board before halftime. Los Fresnos, the ball snapping. Another dropping back deep. Tries to find an open receiver. Is going to go long. And it's going to be nearly caught by number 1, Lucky Perales. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Almost. I mean, he was open. If the ball was thrown just a little less of the distance, I think he would have caught that and might have gone out of bounds. Or if he was able to keep his balance, might have stayed on the field and could have gone for more. 3rd and 9 now for the Falcons. Fans still making some noise, and there is a timeout on the field. So Los Fresnos will use, I believe, their 2nd timeout. They do have one remaining with 1:53 left to go. And we'll stick with y'all just for a little bit as they huddle up and see what they can draw up here. I have seen some success from Los Fresnos with the 3 receivers being on one side and at least having a back next to Pineda, just either for extra pass protection or for a potential bootleg play action kind of scheme. This could be something they draw up on this down if they're looking to get a first down, if not more. Or if they trust Pineda's leg enough to kind of drop back looking like it's going to be a pass, and then he ends up keeping it himself. But most of those plays have not worked in their favor as United Longhorns defense able to have the speed to minimize Pineda's run game. 3rd and 9 now for Los Fresnos. Two receivers on each side. Again, might test the secondary here. Ball snap. Pineda's going to drop back. And the Longhorns going to collapse the pocket as Pineda continues to run to the side. Is he going to find anybody? Yes, no, incomplete. Pass was intended to, I believe, number 1, Lucky Perales won't get it. And that will bring up 4th down, and they will send their punting unit. So a great stop by United's defense. We'll get the ball back on offense once more. And, of course, you're going to want to stick with us during the halftime. We will pull up the highlights from the first half. So you're not going to want to miss that. And, again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to this matchup. 4th and 9. Ball snapped. Punt is going to go far past the receiver, and it's going to roll in favor of the Falcons to the 10. Rolling to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Does he get there? Yes! It will be stopped at the 1. A great placement by the punter, allowing that ball to roll, and it's going to be stopped at the 1. With 1:30 to go, Laredo United is going to need to cover a lot of yardage if they're wanting to put themselves on the board. Let's see what the Longhorns elect to do here on this 1st and 10. Up by 6. 1st and 10 at the 1 for Laredo United. They're going to be in shotgun formation. Ball's going to be snapped. Luna's just going to draw back for a pass. Going to roll out to the right side. Does he find a target? No, incomplete. Great pass broken up there by the Falcons. And they're going to stay at the 1 for a 2nd down. Clock will stop. Los Fresnos not needing to use a timeout, but I definitely would use it if there's a play that stays in bounds here. 2nd and 10 for Laredo United. Let's see what they draw up here as they make a quick toss to the right side. It is caught by number 82, Colosano, for a 12-yard gain, and it is enough for 1st down. And that'll move the clock and the chains. 1:10 remaining now and ticking. Longhorns with 1 timeout in their back pocket. Correction, 2 timeouts if they need to use it. Luna breaks the tackle, runs it down the middle, and will be stopped near the 20. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 3 remaining for the Longhorns and a timeout. So Laredo United will use their 2nd timeout, each team with 1 timeout remaining, and with 49 seconds left to go. Let's see if United is able to move enough at least for a field goal try, if not more. And again, we want to thank everybody who's tuning in to tonight's matchup. Feel free to continue to share this stream as we have a great matchup here in UIL. 6A Division I matchup here between Laredo United and Los Fresnos. 2nd and 5 for the Longhorns. Ball is going to be snapped. Luna dropping back, looking for a pass. Thought about it, pulls it back, but throws it again, and it's incomplete. Incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and short now, or 3rd and manageable 4, I would say, for the Longhorns. Not able to make that reception as the Falcons hopefully able to make one more stop and get themselves on offense with some time remaining with their timeout in their back pocket. Los Fresnos fans making some noise, giving their defense some momentum to make a stop here on 3rd down. Let's see what we do here. Ball snap. Luna steps up in the pocket. Caught by number 2 and gets tackled at about the 27-yard line. Catch was made by Santiago Delgado. And that will be enough for 1st down as the Longhorns try to move the ball quick. See if they can get a quick play in. And they will. Ball snapped. Luna's going to roll to the right. Tries to find a receiver, and it's caught. And a fumble! Fumble on the play. Looks like the Longhorns will retain it. But that will move the clock. And 15 seconds and ticking. And a timeout now is called with 11 seconds remaining. And Laredo United will use their final timeout here in this first half. And they're going to reset the clock to 15 as they would make the timeout following their own fumble recovery. As I know Falcon fans were hoping some of those incompletions earlier in the game were fumbles. This one was a fumble this time, but recovered by the Longhorns. 2nd and 1, ball is going to be at the 37. Need to get to the 38, but let's see if United is able to get themselves in a point area where they can score a field goal or a touchdown. Would not be surprised if Luna lets this one rip to Colt Lozano on a deep pass here. But they will have to move quick if the ball is made inbounds. Let's see what he does here. As he looks to the sideline, and it's incomplete again. Intended target was number 2, Santiago Delgado, not able to make that catch. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. 9 seconds remaining here in the first half. Los Fresnos still with a timeout, so they could technically call timeout if Laredo United fails to get themselves a first down, as the Longhorns wait on the play call here. Let's see what we do here. 3rd and 1. Jorge Luna dropping back, looking for a pass on the left side. Finds an open target, wide open, caught by number 20. And I don't know if he got out of bounds in time. They are going to stop it with 2 seconds remaining. Catch was made by number 20, Aiden Ochoa. And it'll be at the Los Fresnos 48. And the officials needing the play clock reset it. They will get it. 2 seconds remaining, and Jorge Luna might just be throwing this one deep as Los Fresnos have 5 secondary defenders backed up at about the 20, with only 3 linemen in the front and a couple linebackers near the first down marker. Here we go. Luna dropping back is going to rip this one far to the right. Intercepted by Los Fresnos to the 40, 45, 50, 45. Does he have the edge? Cuts inside, 30, 25, 20. Mama, there goes that man. Touchdown, Los Fresnos on the interception. None other than junior number 12, Prepashaw, with the pick 6. Let's see that replay, folks. Prepashaw just cuts the receiver there. He's going to work his way on the edge. Cuts inside, makes 1 defender miss, 2 defenders miss. Does he have the speed? Abso-freaking-lutely, folks. Los Fresnos with the touchdown play there. As the officials get together, not sure what they're discussing. As of now, the scoreboard has it tied 13 apiece. Not sure. I don't see a penalty on the field, as the officials are getting together to see if there was a penalty or not. I don't know. I don't see any flags on the field. As we wait to hear what the clarification is on the play. I'm not sure if they're talking about whether or not Los Fresnos will be allowed to get the extra point. I believe they should if they scored here. As the main official is talking to Coach David Cantu following the interception. And I want to say they're waving off this pick 6. As the fans begin to boo here on the Los Fresno side. Let's see what the call is on the field. And there will be a block behind the back against the Falcons. Let me try that again. There was a block behind the back penalty against the Falcons. So the touchdown will be erased. And Los Fresnos, with the interception, will have a 1 untimed down before taking this one to halftime. Wow, that would have been a great play. Again, I didn't see a flag on the field, not sure where it was thrown at. But if they marked it at the 47, penalty could have been maybe between the 30 and 20-yard line. We'll see if we can pull up the replay following this snap here. As Pineda is going to have to throw it to the side. Thrown by number 8. It is from behind. He can launch it, and he's going to launch it deep into the end zone. And it will be incomplete, and no penalty on a pass interference. Los Fresnos outrage following that play, and that'll send us to the half. 13-7. Laredo United with the lead. All right, folks. Y'all tell me what happened on the interception. See if anybody can catch anything between the 30 and the 20 before we go on break. Here's that replay interception again by Prepashaw. Let's see here. Makes a cut to the side. I don't see anything. I could be wrong, folks. You tell me. What throws me off is that I didn't see a flag thrown in that area, which would have, which would have been clear and evident. The fans would have reacted, but I didn't see anything. Let's watch it one more time. Prepashaw with the interception, gets to the midfield, to the 40. That's where the ball was spotted. It might have been right there following Prepashaw's cut down the middle, which is where the officials might have thrown that flag. But, again, not seen, but it is what is called. 13-7 is your score as Laredo United Longhorns will take the lead here. We're going to go to commercial break, and when we return, we'll pull up the first half highlights for you. We'll be back on the RSL Network.
South Padre Island. Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music. Savor fresh seafood and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
At Tortilleria Ibañez, flavor starts fresh every day. Crispy flautas, homemade tamales, and our signature chicken salad, all made for you. Tortilleria Ibañez, tradition on every plate.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Performing Arts Center is where creativity takes center stage. This facility immerses students in visual, performing, and fine arts programs where every student shines. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world. The new Los Fresnos CISD Career and Technical Education Center is where futures take flight. With 18 programs of study and 43 industry-based certifications available, students gain real-world skills for real-world success. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
Kenny Perez came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Perez Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1111.
And we are back on the RSL Network here live at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas, as the Longhorns of Laredo United are up 13-7 over the Falcons of Los Fresnos. We want to thank our sponsor for this matchup tonight, Kenny Pettis Law, Texas Injury Lawyers, as a somewhat controversial play was made towards the end of the first half. Interception made by Prepashaw. And we'll pull up that highlights for you in just a bit. You guys make the call for us. I was looking back at it a couple more times, and I would say it leans more towards a blindside block than a block in the back, but penalty nonetheless. I know Los Fresnos fans don't want to hear that. Laredo United fans wanting to make that case there. But if I'm going to be in Los Fresnos and I did not see a flag thrown, which I would have liked to have been more clear and transparent on the calling here by the officials. Meanwhile, Laredo United, clear and evident for them that it was a block, a blindside block nonetheless. Meanwhile, we have the dance team from Laredo United Longhorns here with us, and we do have the first half highlights for you. They are ready, and here they are, the first half highlights from tonight's matchup. Apologize for that. We're going to get that fixed. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll get those highlights for you. Give us just a second. We'll be back here shortly in the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law, Texas Injury Lawyers. And we are back on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law, Texas Injury Lawyers. Now we got it underway. Here are the first half highlights from tonight's matchup. Ball's going to be snapped. Another handoff to the running back. He's going to run to the right side. Finds an opening to the 45, 40, 35, 30, and nearly made the last defender miss. Run was made by number 23, Juan Lopez. United keeping their foot on the gas pedal, not looking back at all in this first drive. Ball's going to be snapped. Handoff down the middle, and it is enough for the touchdown. Longhorns get on the board first. Convert on their first drive for a touchdown. As the extra point now gets set up here. Ball's going to be snapped, and it gets deflected off the line for no good. Territory if they're looking to extend this drive. Ball's going to be snapped. A double reversal with a flea flicker from Pineda down to the right hash mark and open. 25-20. Brought down to about the 18. A great play call there by the Falcons. 7 seconds remaining. Let's see if they get this ball snapped in time. Ball snapped. Pineda with the keeper is going to try to find an opening. Will he get it? Let's see where the officials spot him. I want to say he did not get enough yardage for the first down. He won't. And the ball will be turned over on downs. Pineda on the second possession, still moving the ball, but moving closer and closer for another score. Rolls out to the left-hand side. Luna looking for a pass. Bumbles and fumbles. Is it recovered by the Falcons? Yes, it is. 4, 3, 2, 1. They do. Pineda with a fake play action. Trying to look for a receiver. Can't find anybody. Tries to keep it himself. Makes the defender spin and miss. And not able to hold it for long. The Longhorns with the pressure, with the stop. 2 receivers on each side of the field. Could it be a short pass or a run by Stakoviak, who's next to him? Ball snap. Pineda dropping back, looking for a pass. Stakoviak wide open down the middle to the 10, the 5. Mama! There goes that man for the touchdown. United doing a great job just pulling up a lot of different options, not repeating much of the same thing. As he makes a quick strike, and an incomplete pass is called. And again, no running back beat next to Luna. Ball's going to be snapped. Again, a bit comfortable on the puck. He's going to throw it deep, and it's going to be caught by none other than number 82, Colt Lozano. Touchdown, Laredo United. 3:35 in ticking. Going to keep the same formation again. Ball will be snapped. Early movement by the line of the Falcons won't matter anyways. And catch is made by number 2, but is there a fumble on the field again? No. Officials will wave it incomplete again. Whether that was a completion and a fumble or the incomplete that was ruled by the officials. 3rd and 11 for the Longhorns. Ball snapped. Luna dropping back, finds an open target and caught. And a fumble. No, another incomplete. As the Falcons fans now stand up on their feet to make some noise for their defense. Ball snap, looking for a short pass. Will he get it? No, incomplete. Nearly caught by number 2. Santiago Delgado won't get it. Try to move the ball quick. See if they can get a quick play in. And they will. Ball snapped. Luna's going to roll to the right. Tries to find a receiver, and it's caught. And a fumble! Fumble on the play. Looks like the Longhorns will retain it. But that will move the car to the right. Intercepted by Los Fresnos to the 40, 45, 50, 45. Does he have the edge? Cuts inside, 30, 25, 20. Mama, there goes that man. Touchdown, Los Fresnos on the interception. Ball's going to be snapped. And we are back on the RSO Network. And we're going to go to a commercial break following those first half highlights. We'll be back. You're going to want to stick with us here on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law, Texas Injury Lawyer. So we'll be back.
Hello, sports fans. I'm Jason Starkey with Gallery Homes.
Here at Gallery, we make building your new home simple and stress-free. From sales to selections, we handle every step so you can enjoy the journey to your new home. This is Gallery, where your dreams become reality.
Kenny Pettis came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Pettis Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Pettis Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1111.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Performing Arts Center is where creativity takes center stage. This facility immerses students in visual, performing, and fine arts programs where every student shines. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
Elevation, AT4, AT4X, Denali. Case closed. For your GMC, we're professional grade.
Permatemp Personnel Services has been servicing local businesses for the past 29 years.
Leave the hiring to us. Let us become your personal hiring guru.
We have a network of skilled employees to fit your needs. Your success is our strategy.
Don't hesitate. Call us now.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
Hello, sports fans. I'm I'm Jason Starkey with Gallery Homes.
Here at Gallery, we make building your new home simple and stress-free. From sales to selections, we handle every step so you can enjoy the journey to your new home. This is Gallery, where your dreams become reality.
And we are back on the RSO Network. We are here live at Buccaneer Stadium in Los Fresnos, Texas. And we have the Los Fresnos Falcon Band on the field along with their dance team. And Los Fresnos are set to receive to start the second half. And we are just about 10 minutes remaining here in this matchup. And lots of cinematic moments we've had so far here in this first half. If you're just joining us, Laredo United in control, led by quarterback number 10, Jorge Luna, being able to connect multiple times to number 82, Colt Lozano. And the Longhorn offense just being able to convert most of their drives. They did have a fumble lost, and actually had a second fumble, but they were able to retain that one, and had an interception made by Prepashaw, which looked to have been a touchdown to close out the first half, but a blindside block was made. And I'll see if I can even pull up that highlight again as Prepashaw makes that interception. Keep your eye on number 0 who's running next to him right there, and boom. And that's what the officials called on that play there, as Prepashaw made his way into the end zone with the anticipation that it was a touchdown. But again, does not get that touchdown, gets overturned. And this is where we stand. So what could have been 14-13 for Los Fresnos fans or Laredo United fans, hoping they would have gotten that extra point to have been up 14-7, now up 13-7 with the block extra point. Let's see if that comes into effect later in this matchup as the Falcons look to score a touchdown and successfully convert the extra point, because they would take a lead if they score with the extra point, as the United Longhorns fail to get the extra point kick through. And we're gonna let this band play out just for a brief moment, and then we'll go to one final commercial break, and then we'll talk a little bit about the expectations from both teams as they get set for the second half. Enjoy the show. Go to a commercial break. When we return, under 7 minutes remaining here in this matchup, the Falcons set to receive to kick things off. Meanwhile, the Longhorns of Laredo United up 13-7. We'll be back here on the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Technical Education Center is where futures take flight. With 18 programs of study and 43 industry-based certifications available, students gain real-world skills for real-world success. Los Fresnos CISD. What we do here shapes the world.
This summer, it's time for mimosas and brunch with the girls. A beachside lunch with the kiddos. Delicious Bayside burgers. And world-famous fried shrimp with a cold one. South Padre Island has your breakfast, lunch, and dinner plans covered. Book your summer getaway today. Visit SoPadre.com.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Performing Arts Center is where creativity takes center stage. This facility immerses students in visual, performing, and fine arts programs where every student shines. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
No matter where you are in life, Texas Southmost College is here to help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
Sunny Glen Children's Home has provided a place of hope for every child since 1936. If you'd like more information on Sunny Glen and the services we offer, please visit us at www.sunnyglen.org.
Kenny Perez came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Perez Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1111.
At Tortilleria Ibañez, flavor starts fresh every day. Crispy flautas, homemade tamales, and our signature chicken salad, all made for you. Tortilleria Ibañez, tradition on every plate.
And we are back on the RSO Network here at Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas, as both teams are finishing up their warm-ups and preparations for the second half. As the Falcons again are set to receive to get this second half underway. Right about the 3-minute mark remaining at this half.
Referee mic check. Referee mic check.
And the officials just making a mic check to make sure everything's set and good for the second half. Meanwhile, some of the things that both teams can do, I think Los Fresnos needs to give Pineda a little bit more time to find some receivers, whether it's Lucky Perales or Ricardo Salazar, his main targets here in this game, hoping that he can get something going from this offensive line, needing that protection. Meanwhile, Falcon fans are booing in opposition of the officials, and you do see Coach gone through telling the fans not to do that as he tries to contain his fans. So the coaching staff of Los Fresnos is doing what they can to minimize the opposition of the fans against the officials. And meanwhile, the defense, they just got to put pressure on Jorge Luna. They're not able to do that as much in the first half. So I'm hoping this defense comes out in full strength and full force as they try to create some kind of pressure on Luna to limit his passing game, as he's been able to make multiple connections with Colt Lozano. And if we're talking over on the Los Fresnos side of things, again, just making sure that they can keep Jorge Luna in full control of the offense, giving him that same amount of time in the pocket and allow his receivers to, how do I say it, to make these great connections throughout the second half, just like he did the first half. And then the defense doing a pretty good job of containing Pineda. I think if they keep that going, if not more, I think they'll do really well on the defense to keep their offense in control of the game. And we are at the 1 minute mark, so we'll do a quick commercial break. And when we return, we'll get the second half underway. Longhorns of Laredo United up 13-7, second half underway in just a bit. We'll be back here shortly on the RSL Network. Sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
College's auto body repair program. In just 2 semesters, you'll gain the skills to become an auto body repair specialist. Learn using industry standard iCar Academy to get you job ready fast. If you're ready to drive your career forward, TSC's auto body repair program is the place to start. Classes are filling fast, so visit tsc.edu and apply today.
And here come the Longhorns of Laredo United, making their way out of the break with the 13-7 lead over the Falcons as they get set to start on defense for the second half. Meanwhile, the Falcons huddling up under the tunnel, or in the tunnel, I should say, as they make their way on the field now. As the Falcons try to get themselves fired up, and here come the flock of Falcons from Los Fresnos. We're going to get this second half kickoff underway. Los Fresnos receiving the ball to start the second half here. And let's see if we get a cinematic moment here, just as we almost did at the first half. And we are just about ready to get this game underway. Los Fresnos breaking out of the huddle. And the return men are number 7 and number 12 for the Falcons, Ismael Moreno. And number 12, Ryan Purpshaw, who had the interception at the end of the half. And here we go. Second half now underway. Purpshaw at the 5-10, 15-20, coming in full speed, 25. 30, and gets pushed out of bounds just past the 30, and will be spotted at about the 32, and that is where Robert Pineda and the Falcons will start their first drive here in the second half. Ball's placed at the 31, 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. Let's see what the Falcons do coming out of the locker room. Here we go, 1st and 10. Los Fresnos with 2 receivers on the right. Ball snap, Pineda's gonna roll out to the right side. Finds a receiver, but incomplete. Nearly intercepted on that first play. Pass broken up by the Longhorns. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Los Fresnos. And again, we want to thank everybody for tuning into tonight's matchup, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers. I want to thank everybody who's tuning in either on YouTube, on the RSL Network app, or any other social media platform we have this game available to you. Feel free to share this game as we get the second half underway. Los Fresnos, 2nd and 10. Penalty flag on the field. Could be an offsides penalty against the Longhorns. And it looks like it will go against the Longhorns of Laredo United. Some early movement there by the front line.
Offside. Number 51 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still remains. 2nd down.
So that'll move 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now for Los Fresnos. Ball will now be placed at the 36. And clock will tick following that play. 2nd and 5 now for the Falcons. Ball's going to be snapped. Pineda hands it down the middle to number 15. Juan Carlos Fuentes will get maybe 2 or 3 yards on that play, and that'll bring up 3rd and short now for Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos moving the ball by small chunks of yardage, needing just 2 most of the way into a first down, if not more. Here we go. Ball snap. Is it going to be a handoff? Nope. Pineda decides to keep it at the end, but gets met by a group of Longhorns. And they're going to mark him just a yard short. It'll be 4th and 1. Come through, looking to the sideline. Looks like they are going to punt. And they'll send their punting unit. Down by 6. Doesn't think he wants to take that chance. And United didn't have a return man, now they do, as number 12, Ethan Estrada, dropped back for the punt reception. As the Longhorns have about 24 rushers, could anticipate a fake here. Don't think that's going to happen here as the punt goes up and high. Signal fair catch, and that'll be made at the 26. So Laredo United 1st and 10 at the 26. And the Longhorns will take over. And the Longhorns would take over at about the 27-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for Laredo United. Ball placed at the 27. Let's see what they do here on 1st down. Luna moving Juan Lopez to the right side, motioning a tight end to the other end. Ball's going to be snapped, handed off to Lopez. Runs to the left side to the 45, 40. Correction, 35, 40, and gets stopped at the 43. Gains about 14 yards, but Juan Lopez is down on the field, and we're going to take an injury timeout here. 9:59 remaining. Laredo United up 13-7, and we'll be back shortly following the injury timeout. Stick with us here on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Elevation, AT4, AT4X, Denali. Case closed. For your GMC, we're professional grade.
Back on the RSL Network as you hear the fans making noise for number 23, Juan Lopez, who limps off into the sideline. As we hope his injury isn't serious and that he's able to return to the game or the field. 1st and 10, Laredo United. 9:59 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, looking to extend their lead. Ball's going to be snapped. Hand it off to the running back, number 32 now for the Longhorns. That's going to be Victor Reyes with that carry. Gets maybe about 6 yards on that play. 2nd and about 4 for Laredo United. Let's see if the injury by Juan Lopez becomes a factor in the run game. So far, it hasn't looked that way. As George Luna waits on the call here. Now sends the directions to his group. 2nd and 4. 12 seconds left on the play clock. 4 personnel on the right side. Ball snapped. Rolls out to that side. Catch is made by number 2 and gets maybe a yard following the reception. Catch was made by Santiago Delgado, his second main target following number 82, Colasano. 3rd and 4 now. The last play was 2nd and 5, and it gets 1 yard on this play. Let's see if Los Fresnos is able to make a defensive stop here to force a punt. Here we go. 15 seconds on the play clock. Manageable here. Luna drops back, looks for a quick pass, and incomplete. The pass was broken up by the secondary unit of the Falcons. Not sure if that pass was thrown underneath Lozano, but not able to catch it. And that'll bring up 4th down. Los Fresnos forcing United's first punting unit out on the field, and we'll have to punt this one away. Deep to return the punt is number 12, Ryan Preppershaw, as he waits on the punt. United missing 1 player on the field with 8 seconds. Not sure if they'll get this one underway. 5 seconds now. 3, 2, as the official has to hold the ball. They get a ball, snap quickly, and they get this one in the air. Preppershaw is going to let this one roll out, and will go out of bounds about the 19-20 yard line, and that is where the Falcons will start on offense. So 1st and 10, Los Fresnos, ball placed at the 20. And let's see if the Falcons can make some noise here at Buccaneer Stadium at Corpus. And yes, the result of tonight's matchup will be going up against Lake Travis, which I would anticipate would be either next Thursday or next Friday, as some of the other matchups in Division I 6A matchups have been aligned, most of them being on the Friday following Thanksgiving. There is a few on Thanksgiving. But Los Fresnos nonetheless. 1st and 10. Pineda looking for a quick pass, gets dropped. Intended target was number 84, Enrique Guerra. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Falcons now. Would have been about an 8 yard gain, if not a little bit more. Could have been a 1st down, won't get it. As the Falcons look to move the ball and the chains. 2nd and 10 for Los Fresnos. 15 seconds remaining on the play clock. Have 3 receivers on the right side. Keep an eye on that if Pineda decides to look for a pass. Ball snap's gonna roll. No, it's gonna be a handoff, and quickly picked up by the Longhorns. Broken up by number 40, Dylan Gonzalez with the stop. We'll lose about 4 yards on that play. Will now be 3rd and a long 14. Need to get to the 30-yard line, currently at their own 16. I could anticipate this being a pass play. Let's see if Los Fresnos' offensive line is able to hold up and give Pineda time to look and throw. Ball's gonna be snapped. Pineda dropping back. Pocket gets collapsed. Trying to look for a pass here. Throws it as the pass was made, and it will be incomplete. And the Longhorns forcing a 3 and out. And the Falcons will be forced to punt this one away. 7:33 remaining here in this lengthy 3rd quarter, as the return man is positioned at midfield. Getting confirmation on the setup here. Oh, they messed up the snap as the back person got in the way of the snap, and United returns it, or catches that fumble deep in the Falcon territory. Let's take a look at what just happened, folks. Number 0 there, trying to make sure his teammates were lined up, was looking back at the punter, seeing if he was ready, gets in the way of the snap. So a big miscue there by the Falcons will put the Longhorns deep in the red zone. Uh-oh, folks, this could get ugly. 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Ball's gonna be placed at the 12-yard line. Let's see what Luna's able to do here on 1st down. Ball snapped. Fake handoff, gonna roll out to the left. Quick toss to number 13. Incomplete. Falcon fans wanting a fumble again there, won't get it. 2nd and 10 for the Longhorns. So an open toss there, won't get it through in front of Luna. Let's see what he does here on 2nd down. Let's see if United able to convert on the miscue there by the Falcons from the miscue snap there, which resulted in a fumble recovered by the Longhorns. 2nd and 10. Ball's gonna be snapped. Luna dropping back, looking for an open target, and incomplete. The intended target was number 82, Colosano, not able to get it in his hands. Will bring up 3rd and 10. Now let's see what the Longhorns draw up here on 3rd down. Had 2 passes, ended up being incomplete. Let's see if they elect to run it here or potentially look for another pass. Luna gets the snap, drops back to the right side, sees 1-on-1, and it will be incomplete. No flag on the play. So that'll bring up 4th down and 10. Ball placed at the 12. Let's see if they elect to go for a field goal or go for it. And a substitution now being made. And it looks like they will be going for 3. If this goes through, United would be up by 9, which would force a 2-possession game for Los Fresnos unless they're able to block this one again. Let's see what they do here. 8 seconds remaining on the play clock. Let's see if they get it snapped in time. 3 seconds. Ball is snapped. Oh, looks good. Blocked again! And the officials haven't marked anything. That could have been recovered. And it will be no good nonetheless. The officials didn't blow anything following the block. Let that one roll through. But I did see one official mark an incomplete signal.
The field goal attempt was no good. By rule, the ball will be placed at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Los Fresnos.
So the officials will give 1st and 10 to the Falcons at the 20. Another block. And I was going to say, I'm not sure if we caught that replay. And it is going to be a block punt, or a block extra point, I should say, for the 3 points. Los Fresnos back on offense. 1st and 10. Ball's going to be snapped. Hands it down the middle. And it will be stopped for a 5-yard gain. Run was made by number 4, Stakoviak. Will bring up 2nd and 5 for Los Fresnos. And I may or may not have anticipated the block from the commentary earlier on that kick. 2nd and 5, Los Fresnos. Rolls to the right, left-hand side, almost gets intercepted there by number 1 from Laredo United. AJ nearly with that interception. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Falcons. Here we go, another 3rd down possession. Los Fresnos not able to convert most of them. Let's see what they can draw up here for 1st down. So blocked an extra point early in this matchup, then blocked the 3-point attempt. United could have had 4 more on this board, but let's see what to do here. Pineda dropping back, has a little bit of time, makes one defender miss. He's gonna have to throw this one away. No, caught by Stakoviak to the 30 and gets tackled at the 35. And it will be enough for a Falcon 1st down. 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. And let's see if they're able to convert on the block 3-point attempt. 1st and 10. Pineda is going to hand it off down the middle. And they're going to move their legs forward, get about 5 yards on that play. I would definitely try to utilize the run game a little bit more. And now a timeout.
For an injury.
And there is an injured Longhorn on the field again. So we're going to step aside here. And it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Falcons. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, 2nd and 5 for Los Fresnos. We'll be back on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Help you move forward. Whether you're starting fresh, changing careers, or gaining new skills, TSC has affordable programs designed to fit your goals. It's time to take the next step. Think big. Think bright. Think TSC.
And we are back on the RSL Network. The injured player was number 24, Moy Montemayor, as he was able to get up in his own power, walking a little bit slowly, hoping that the injury isn't too serious and that he's able to return tonight or on the field. 2nd and 5, Los Fresnos. Ball's going to be placed at the 41. Let's see what the drop here. Ball snapped. Kept by Pineda, runs to the left side. Makes a defender miss to the 45, and will just go out of bounds, and it should be enough for first down. And it will be as they move the chains. 1st and 10, Los Fresnos. Now they have the ball at their own 45, needing 55 more yards to cover this. Still one possession game here with 5:33 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. He's going to hand it off to the left-hand side, to the 50, 45, 40. Nearly makes the defender miss. Will get tripped up near the 35. Great run there by number 15, Juan Carlos J.C. Fuentes with the carry. And they're going to move tempo. 1st and 10, Los Fresnos. Ball snapped quickly. Hand it off to him again. Tries to go the same direction, only gets about 2 yards on that play. And it'll be 2nd and 8 now for Los Fresnos at the 30-yard line. And now we have an injured Los Fresnos Falcon player. Could be J.C. Fuentes, but we'll find out. We'll step aside for a little bit. We'll be back here shortly on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
South Padre Island. Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music. Savor fresh seafood and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
And we are back on the RSL Network. The injured player was J.C. Fuentes, number 15, as he quickly jogs his way into with the trainers to make sure everything checks out. Meanwhile, 2nd and 8 now for Los Fresnos in Longhorn territory, needing to cover 30 yards for the touchdown. As the clock will roll. Here we go. Pineda with a back next to him with 3 receivers on the right side. Ball's going to be snapped. A little bit too far on the left, but still gets it. He's going to launch it deep, but it will go out of bounds, so that'll be an incomplete pass. Pass intended to number 1, Lucky Perales, won't get it, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Let's see what the Falcons drop here now on 3rd down and 8. Ball snap, Pineda dropping back. Has some defenders near him, able to make the reception, but falls shortly after catch, gets maybe a yard. Catch was made by number 84, Enrique Guerra, and that'll bring up 4th and about 6 for Los Fresnos. The Falcons keeping their offense. Don't think the kicker might have enough yards for the 3 points. Either that or they're just trying to get some momentum built up. Ball's at the 29, need to get to the 22. So it's 4th and 7 officially. 4 minutes now and ticking. Falcon fans making some noise in support of their team. As Pineda drops back, it's going to roll to the left side. Tries to find an open receiver. Penalty flag on the play, and pass incomplete. Could be a holding call against the Longhorns as it's thrown near the backfield. And we actually have two flags, not sure if it's the same flag, as both officials briefly get together. And it looks like it might go against the Longhorns here. Let's see what the call is on the field by the official.
Holding, number 1 on the defense. The 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
So a holding penalty against the corner number 1. AJ in the backfield is guilty of the hold there. That'll move them 10 yards and of course result in the automatic first down. 1st and 10, Los Fresnos now in the red zone. Now needing 19 yards for the touchdown. Pineda motions a man to the left. Ball's gonna be snapped. Handed off down the middle by Stakoviak. Will get to the 15 and will gain about 3 yards. They're actually gonna mark him at the 16. I thought he had the power and the strength to get that extra yard. The refs say otherwise, so it'll be 2nd and 7 for Los Fresnos. As they quickly get lined up with a fake hard count, look to the sideline, see if they caught anything from the Longhorn defense. Here we go. Ball snap, handed off, and makes a quick cut to the left side, breaks the tackle to the 15, 10, 5, and be brought down at the 5. A great run there by Stakoviak, and it'll now be 1st and goal for Los Fresnos. 3:04 and ticking now. Stakoviak is going to go to the sideline, get a breather here. I would have liked to have seen him stay on the field as they quickly snap it to the 5 and in! Touchdown, Los Fresnos! JC Fuentes, he said, I'm not injured, I'm in for the touchdown. And we have a tie game. And the fans erupt as they anxiously wait the extra point. This does need to go through to get the lead. Ball snap, hold looks good, kick is up, and it is good. Los Fresnos 14, United 13. 2:55 remaining in the third quarter. We'll be back on the Arsenal Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law, Texas Injury Lawyers.
If you've been in a car crash, call Kenny. We're available to take your call 24/7, and we don't charge a fee unless we win your case. When you're in a car crash, call Kenny. Call 999-1111 now for a free consultation.
And we are back at the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis Law, Texas Injury Lawyers. And the Falcons come back with the 14-13 lead over Laredo United. 2:55 remaining here in the third quarter. Espinela just hands it off to JC Fuentes and just lets him run it down the middle. And the kick is off. Caught at the 10 is returnable. The Longhorns at the 20 now, 25-30. Finds an opening near midfield, 45-40. And gets tackled out of bounds at near the 35-30-yard line. Let's see where the officials mark him. And they will mark him at the 37, maybe 36, not sure. But a great return there by Laredo United. That'll shift the momentum a little bit as they'll start their possession in Falcon territory. Here we go, 1st and 10, Laredo United. Ball placed at officially the 37. Luna motions a man to the left. Gonna hand it off, gonna cut inside. And will be stopped, gain of about 7 yards there. Great run there by the Longhorns. I believe that was number 32 on that carry. Victor Reyes with the run. That'll bring up second down and a manageable 3 for the Longhorns. Luna under center on the shotgun. Ball snap, handed off again to the right-hand side and quickly stopped. Tackle made by number 0, Juan Sanchez. Will only get a yard, maybe 2 yards, but 3rd and short nonetheless. And another injury. That's going to be the carry man, number 32, Victor Reyes, with the injury.
Timeout.
We'll have to step aside again.
For an injury.
As an injury timeout is called by the officials. 2:06 remaining. We'll be back here shortly in the RSL Network.
At Tortilleria Ibañez, flavor starts fresh every day. Crispy flautas, homemade tamales, and our signature chicken salad, all made for you. Tortilleria Ibañez, tradition on every plate.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Performing Arts Center is where creativity takes center stage. This facility immerses students in visual, performing, and fine arts programs where every student shines. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
And we are back in the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers. Number 32, Victor Reyes, able to walk off with his own power, and still no sign of number 23, Juan Lopez, and their running back depth starting to be a little bit depleted. Let's see what to do here, though. 3rd down with 1 yard needed. Luna going to keep it himself. Will be enough for the 1st down. Yes, it will. He'll get about 3 yards on the carry, and that'll be a fresh set of downs for Laredo United. And 1st and 10, ball placed at the 26, I believe, from what I'm seeing here. And the Longhorns extending the drive. Ball's going to be snapped. Handed off down the middle. Now it's carried by number 20 for the Longhorns. Now Aiden Ochoa steps in at running back. Clock continues to tick. 2nd down and 6 now. Correction, 2nd and 7. Los Fresnos fans trying to make some noise here to give defense some momentum with this lead, hoping that the Longhorns don't get themselves back on the board. Empty set now for Luna. Makes a small audible on the line, 15 seconds on the play clock. Ball snap's gonna be a keeper. Able to break through and lunges forward at the 15. That will be enough for a 1st down. And that'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 now at the 15 as they enter the red zone. United able to make one more play in, and if you'd like to do so, send this one to the 4th quarter. Here we go, 1st and 10, Laredo United. Ball will be snapped. Luna looking to the left-hand side, now looks down the middle, and caught and in for the touchdown. Longhorns back in the lead. And let's take a look at that replay there. A great awareness there by Luna as he waits patiently in the pocket. I believe the touchdown reception was made by number 2, Santiago Delgado. As he waits for him to cut down the middle, and easy. As the Longhorns now line up for the extra point. No, they're gonna go for 2 here to make it a 7-point lead. Luna looks for a receiver on the right-hand side. Is it caught? No, incomplete. Pass was thrown a bit too low, hits the ground as he tried to make the reception. So it'll now be 19-14 in favor of Laredo United now. 23 seconds remaining. We'll be back here shortly in the RSL Network.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Career and Technical Education Center is where futures take flight. With 18 programs of study and 43 industry-based certifications available, students gain real-world skills for real-world success. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
Kenny Perez came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Perez Injury Lawyers today, 956-999-1180.
And we are back on the RSL Network. Laredo United able to get themselves in for 6, but fail to get the 2-point conversion, now only up by 5. Los Fresnos now just needing to score a touchdown regardless of the extra point to be in the lead. 23 seconds remaining. And away we go with the kickoff. Up high. Returnable at the 15. Gets caught to the 20, 25. Can he find an opening? Cuts down the outside and will be stopped at about the 32-yard line, it looks like. And that is where the officials will spot him, at the 32. Los Fresnos back on offense, 1st and 10. We'll get maybe 1 or 2 plays through before heading to the 4th and final quarter. Here we go, 1st and 10. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And Pineda gets the ball snapped. He's gonna keep it himself down the middle, and tackle made near the 40. And Pineda will get about 8 yards on that play. As the clock ticks under 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, and it will go to the end of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 2nd and 2, ball at their own 40. And this game is going to the 4th quarter. As the crowd from Los Fresnos is making some noise, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back here shortly to kick off the 4th quarter. We are back in the RSL Network. A great run by the Falcons there by number 15, J.C. Fuentes. Gets about 17 yards there as they run another quick play down the middle. And they'll get maybe about 3 more yards there after that. And it'll be 11:35 left to go and ticking. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 8 for the Falcons. As the chains took a few seconds to get themselves situated, they were still able to get the marker down in the correct spot. 11-18 and ticking for Los Fresnos. Down by 5, hoping they can get themselves back with the lead. Here we go, 2nd and 8. Ball snap. Pineda's gonna hand it off down the middle to number 15, JC, and gets maybe a yard on that play. That'll bring up 3rd and about 7. Ball placed at the 40. Need to get to the 33 for a fresh set of downs. Clock ticking. As the Falcons in the driver's seat now, hoping to take back the lead. The biggest margin was the Longhorns with a 6-point lead, trying to go for 3 to extend it to 9. Failed to do that with a block by the Falcons. Let's see what to do here. Pineda rolls out. Decides to go the other way. He's going to keep it himself. Will it be enough for the first down? Yes, and he keeps going and goes out of bounds. A great run there by Pineda. Gain of about 15 to 20 yards. That'll be enough for a first down for Los Fresnos. And Los Fresnos with a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Ball's placed at the 32 of Longhorn territory. Let's see what they do here on 1st and 10. Ball snap. Pineda's going to hand it off inside down the middle. JC finds an opening, lunges forward a little bit, gets maybe 7 yards on that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3. Correction, 2nd and 4 for Los Fresnos. As they send JC to the side now. In comes to Koviak, who I thought had a stellar game last week against Economides. Let's see if they decide to utilize him here in 2nd down. Here we go, 2nd and 4, Los Fresnos. Pineda with the reception is going to be a keeper as he makes a cut to the outside, not able to get it, and just goes out of bounds. He's going to lose yardage there on that play. We'll lose maybe about 3 or 4 yards. And it will be 3rd and 8 for Los Fresnos. Great defensive pressure there by the Longhorns, forcing Pineda to go out of bounds as they try to make a move to get some positive yardage. Won't find an opening there. We'll live another down. 3rd and 8 now for Los Fresnos. 9:33 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Have done okay here on 3rd downs. Maybe converts about 2 or 3 3rd downs. Let's see if they can convert this important one. Could be the deciding factor of this game. Here we go. Some motion by the defensive line, and then offensive line moves as well. Let's see what they call here. As the official gets together to see if it was possible encroachment or false start. Let's see here. Los Fresnos fans saying encroachment. United fans saying false start.
False start. Number 65 on the offense. 5-yard penalty still remains 3rd down.
So it will be a false start penalty after all against the Falcons. It'll now be 3rd and about 13. Ball placed at the 35, need to get to the 23-22, somewhere in between there. Here we go. Could be a projected pass play here by Pineda. See if his line can get him that support he needs to find an open receiver down the field. Here we go. 3rd and 13. Ball snap. Pineda dropping back. Quickly gets pressured in the pocket. He's going to roll to the right side. He's going to keep it himself to the 35. Makes a spin move. Makes a 2nd spin move. And will be stopped at the 27. About 6 yards short of the 1st down. And it'll be 4th down now for the Falcons. Let's see what they decide to do here. Ball spotted at the 28. The hold might be about the 37-yard line. Will be a 47-yard field goal attempt. Coach Cantu might just let this clock run down and call a timeout. But meanwhile, the offense still on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it here to see if they can get a 1st down, if not more. Would be a big advantage for the Longhorns if they're able to stop the Falcons here. 3 receivers on the left. Pineda rolls to that side. Tries to find an open target. Sees one in the deep end. It caught in the 5 and gets down at about the 2. Great catch there by number 13, Ricardo Salazar. As we pull up that instant replay there, as Pineda rolls out to the left side, finds him at the end there, makes a defender miss, and lunges his way as close as he could to the end zone. 1st and goal now for Los Fresnos. Can they convert? A lot of men on the line there. Ball snap. It's going to be handed off down the middle. Won't get it. We'll lose maybe a yard on this play. And that'll bring up 2nd and goal. We'll lose a yard here. So now placed at the 3-yard line. Clock ticking, now under 8. Let's see if Los Fresnos decide to play a bit conservative here or decide to run it a bit fast as they try to get themselves in the end zone. Here we go, 2nd and goal. Play call is in. Pineda relays the message to his line. Here we go. 10 seconds remaining in the play clock. Let's see if they can line up and get this one underway as we get to 5, 4. Here we go. Pineda. Fake handoff, trying to find an open receiver. Goes to the far right and incomplete. Pass intended to number 1, Lucky Perales, as he is slow to get up or continues to stay on the ground. And we'll have an injury timeout So 3rd and goal at the 3.
Injury timeout.
And we'll step aside. We'll be back here shortly in the RSO Network, sponsored by Kenny Bettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
Hello, sports fans. I'm Jason Starkey with Gallery Homes.
Here at Gallery, we make building your new home simple and stress-free. From sales to selections, we handle every step so you can enjoy the journey to your new home. This is Gallery, where your dreams become reality.
And we are back here on the RSO Network. Lucky Perales able to stand up and walk in his own power, as we hope the injury isn't too serious and that he's able to return later tonight, or should the Falcons win in their next matchup. Now, during that timeout, I noticed that they sent number 12, Preppershaw, in the huddle, and we could potentially see him here on offense as well. And he is. 3rd and goal at the 3. Falcon fans standing up, waiting for their Falcons. Here we go. Ball snap. Pineda's going to toss it to the right side. It's a pass, and it is tipped up and incomplete. I thought that tip pass could have rolled in favor of the Falcons. They won't get it. And now that'll bring up 4th and goal at the 3. Coach Cantu discussing with his crew to see if they want to go for it or take the 3. And they're going to keep their offense on there. They're going to go for it here, folks. This could be the decider. 15 seconds and ticking. Falcons might have to use a timeout here. 10 seconds remaining. Their line barely getting set with 6 seconds now. 5. Let's see if they get the ball snapped in time. 3, 2, 1. And no, Coach Cantu will call a timeout as they were getting near with that snap.
Los Fresnos. First time of the half.
So that will be their first time out here in the first half, or the second half, I should say. As Coach Cantu maybe just wanted to see how the Longhorns were going to play this down here. As he'll get his group huddled up here. We'll stay live with y'all for this play. I don't want to miss anything here. If they fail to convert, the Longhorns will take over at their own 3-yard line and will have 97 yards to cover if they want to extend this lead. Meanwhile, the Falcons trying to rewrite this score here, get themselves up 20-19 with the extra point pending. Now, I wouldn't be surprised, let's say Los Fresnos does score a touchdown if they go for 2 here to make it a 3-point game. Because if they just go for the extra point, it would only be 2. And of course, if nothing goes through, it would just be 1. So I would definitely consider going for 2 here if Los Fresnos does score. 4th and goal now at the 3. Ball snap. Pineda rolls to the left side. Lots of pressure from the Longhorns. Rolls it to the right side. And caught! Los Fresnos with a touchdown! Catch is made by number 13, Ricardo Salazar, for the score. And we'll pull up that replay in just a second as they try to get lined up for the extra point. I don't want to see this or miss this. And like I mentioned, I would anticipate them going for it 2 here, and they are. As Pineda gets his group lined up. Salazar with a great touchdown reception. Motion man. Pineda looking to that right side. Makes a defender miss. Going to roll to the left now. Is he able to throw something through? No. Thrown out of bounds. Incomplete. So the extra point is no good. But the Falcons now regain the lead now, up 20-19. Let's take a look at that replay. As they were lining up here on the 4th down, you'll notice they have 2 receivers on the left and only 1 man. And if you look on the right side, they had somebody going the out route there. Number 13, Salazar, able to beat that defender for the score here. And Los Fresnos now up by 1. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back here shortly on the RSO Network. We'll be back.
Kenny Perez came from a small town in Texas. At Kenny Perez Law, we won't stop fighting until our clients get what's rightfully theirs. We're right by your side, no matter what. Call Kenny Perez Injury Lawyers today, 956-999.
And we are back on the RSO Network. Los Fresnos with a 4th and goal conversion at the 3-yard line. Finds number 13, Ricardo Salazar, for the score. Espineda now has 3 passing touchdowns as they send this kick underway. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it will be a touchback as the ball does roll out of bounds, but does go through the pylon. Laredo United down by 1, need at least a field goal to regain this lead. And let's see what the Longhorns draw up here. 1st and 10. Now, they've had their top 2 receivers injured. They've had number 23, Juan Lopez, injured, and number 32, Victor Reyes, both down. Let's see if any of them are back on the field here. And I can't see it from my angle, but we'll keep an eye on the receiving person here for the Longhorns. 1st and 10. Could be using the passing game a bit more. Here we go. Luna with a quick pass down the middle, wide open. Catch made by number 13, Jesse Garcia Perez. That'll move the chains quickly and easy. 1st down, Laredo United. As the Longhorns continuing to move the ball here, desperately needing to get some points on the board if they want to retake this lead. Quick handoff, but a penalty blown to stop this play, and it will be a false start against the Longhorns.
False start. Number 13 on the offense. 5-yard penalty still remains. 1st down.
And the Longhorns will move back 5. They will now be at the 34 and need to get to the 49 of their own side if they want a fresh set of downs. Clock now rolling under 6:40. 1st and 15 for Laredo United. Ball snap, Luna dropping back, looking for a target. Does get it to the midfield as he will drop down just passing that midfield, gets stopped at the 48 of Los Fresnos territory, and now the Longhorns running some tempo now on offense. 6:13 and ticking for Laredo United. 1st and 10 at the 48 of Los Fresnos. There's the run there. Cuts inside to the 45. And play gets stopped at about the 41. Gets about 7 yards on that play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 now for the Longhorns. So not afraid of utilizing the run game still for the Longhorns, as the last intended carryman was number 20, Aiden Ochoa, who might be the top running back for the Longhorns now. As their top 2 receivers still out, have not seen them return the game following their injury. 15 seconds to go. 2nd and 3 for Laredo United. Handed off to Ochoa again. Doesn't get anything. Will be met at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3. 5-10 and rolling. No gain of yardage on that carry. Let's see if they like to throw another quick pass. Coach Cantu might be playing his secondaries close to the receivers, except the slot. Now they move it up. Here we go, 3rd and 3. A quick check down to the sideline, see what the draw up here. 10 seconds left to go before the play clock expires. 5 seconds now and ticking. Ball snap. Handed off down the middle. Does he have enough? Yes, 35-30. Makes a defender miss to the 20, 15, 10, 5, mama. There goes that man. Touchdown, Laredo United. Aiden Ochoa says, give me the rock, and I will rock and roll for the touchdown. Laredo United now up by 5. anticipating going for 2 here, and they will, to make it a 7-point deficit. 4:29 remaining here in this game, as Los Fresnos will now need to respond if they want to win this game tonight. 2-point conversion underway, ball snapped. Luna gonna roll to the right side, and it's gonna be good. 2-point conversion will be good, and Laredo United now up 27-20 over the Falcons. We're gonna go to commercial break, and when we return, Los Fresnos with 4:29 remaining will have another opportunity, possibly their last chance to score. We'll be back on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers.
The new Los Fresnos CISD Performing Arts Center is where creativity takes center stage. This facility immerses students in visual, performing, and fine arts programs where every student shines. Los Fresnos CISD, what we do here shapes the world.
And we are back on the RSL Network, sponsored by Kenny Pettis, Law Texas Injury Lawyers. And we want to take this time to thank everybody who's tuning into tonight's matchup, whether it's on the RSL app, the YouTube, or any other social media platform. We have this game streaming for you. Laredo United up 27-20 with 4:29 remaining. Let's see if Los Fresnos decides to utilize all that clock, or if they're going to want to move quick. Kick is up and high. It's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. And the Falcons will get things underway at their own 25. And those of you watching on our social media platforms, feel free to share this matchup as we get down the wire here. Los Fresnos down by 7 with the ball. 1st and 10. As many of you all who are tuning in here tonight do know that the Falcons are the last remaining Rio Grande Valley team. And you could say the 956 is definitely tuning into this matchup, whether you're a Los Fresnos fan, a Laredo United fan, or a 956 fan. 1st and 10. For Los Fresnos. Pineda trying to get his offense on the board again. Ball's going to be snapped. He's going to keep it himself. Runs it down the middle, finds a small opening, and he is down. Looked like a fumble, or he looked like he dropped the ball following that run there, but he does go down by contact. 2nd and 5 now for Los Fresnos. Here we go. 2nd and 5, 4 minutes now and ticking. Ball's gonna be snapped. Pineda hands it off down the middle, and we'll get maybe about 3 yards on that play there. I believe the run was made by Stakoviak. Yes, it was. 3rd and 2 now for Los Fresnos. We're a few seconds behind. There's a 2-second delay here so far. We'll try to adjust it as best as we can here. And we have a 3rd and 2 now for Los Fresnos. Here we go, 3rd and 2. Pineda with the ball. He's gonna keep it himself, finds an opening on the left side to the 40, 45, 50, and will get pushed out of bounds at about the 41. That will stop the clock with 3:12 remaining. And Los Fresnos will get a 1st down now in Longhorn territory. Let's take a look at that replay on that run. Pineda on the 3rd and short. Sees a lot of defenders down the middle, decides to keep it himself. Cuts it to the left side, runs it down the middle, and goes out of bounds at about the 41. 1st and 10. Los Fresnos, Pineda drops back, looking for a deep pass, and it will be... What's the call on the field? It's an interception. Laredo United with the interception. Let's take a look at that replay.
On the field was interception, recovered by Laredo. 1st and 10, Laredo.
As they look for the deep pass there, interception by the Longhorns, number 21. Caden Serna with the potential game-sealing interception. Still plenty of time remaining here, folks. 3:05. United have all 3 timeouts and the Falcons with 2 remaining. Let's see if they're able to make a stop here. 1st and 10. Laredo United. Ball is going to be snapped. Handed off to the running back. It's going to run it deep into the left side. And we'll be stopped at the 20. We'll get maybe about 4 or 5 yards on that play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and about 7. Ball's placed at the 26-yard line. Need to get, correction, ball placed at the 21. Need to get to about the 26. So it's actually about 2nd and 5 here. And there is a 2-minute timeout, so when we get to the 2-minute mark, we will take a short break. As United trying to chew up all this clock. Need to get about 2 first downs for a victory. As Luna breaks away from the huddle there, will be stopped and down for a 2-3 yard loss. So it will be 3rd down with the 2-minute timeout in place. United needing to get about 8 yards if they're looking to seal this victory. 2-minute timeout here, folks.
Two-minute break, 2-minute timeout.
And we'll step aside here with 2 minutes remaining. Laredo United with the potential game-sealing interception will need 80 yards for a 1st down, if not more. We'll be back here shortly on the RSO Network.
Elevation, AT4, AT4X, Denali. Case closed. For your GMC, we're professional grade.
And we are back on the RSL Network, coming out of the 2-minute timeout here. 3rd and about 7 needed for Laredo United to potentially seal the victory here. And Luna's going to keep it himself, but gets tripped up. And pass, or the intended run will be stopped by the Falcons. And Los Fresnos will use their 2nd timeout. 4th and 6 now.
Los Fresnos, that's the 2nd charge timeout of the half.
And with 1 timeout remaining and 1:54 to go, that will force Laredo United to punt this one away. If you're just tuning into this matchup, boy, do we have a good one here. Back and forth lead changes from both ends. 2 blocked kicks, 1 being an extra point, and a 3-point conversion. When you think about it, could have been 31-20 in favor of Laredo United, who would have been in full control of the driver's seat. However, due to those miscues, Los Fresnos are now within 7 with the expectation of receiving the punt. Meanwhile, Los Fresnos just shaking off an interception by Pineda, able to force a 3-and-out on this United Longhorn team. So able to convert on the turnover as they get set to return the punt. And returning the punt for Los Fresnos is number 12, Ryan Prepashaw. Here we go. I would keep an eye on a potential fake punt here. Not a fake punt, as the punt will go up kind of short as they receive it at their own 42. Prepashaw runs to the side, to the 50, 45. Nearly makes the defender miss, but gets tackled in the air and will be stopped near the 40. Correction, at the 40. So 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos. 1:45 to go in Longhorn territory. They need 40 yards to cover. With 1 timeout in their back pocket, let's see what the Falcons do here on their potential last drive on offense. Meanwhile, Longhorns gonna give it all they got on defense to make sure that they can go in victory formation and seal the deal here. 1st and 10. Quick toss to the side, incomplete. Pass intended to Stakoviak. Drops the ball on the short pass there. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos with 1:41 remaining. With the clock stopping, able to take a couple breaths in as they get set for 2nd down. As the fans begin to erupt a little bit here, louder and louder as the clock continues to wind down near the end of this matchup. Here we go. Los Fresnos on 2nd down, roll to the left side. Pineda looking for an open target, finds one, and he's gonna run it inside to the 30, makes a defender miss and gets brought down at the 27. That will be enough for 1st down, and Los Fresnos with some quick tempo as their line quickly gets under the ball. Clock ticking, 1:25, 23, 22. Now we're synced up, 1st and 10. Ball snap, Pineda dropping back, looking for a deep pass. Will he find somebody? He's gonna go deep to the right side. Nearly caught, incomplete. Pass intended by number 1, Lucky Perales, who finds his way back in this game. That will be an incomplete pass and bring us 2nd down now. If Pineda would have pulled back just a little bit, Lucky Perales would have been wide open for that corner pylon for that touchdown and would have given the Falcons an extra point attempt away from tying the game. Doesn't happen here. 2nd down and 10. Ball placed at the 27. 1:09 remaining. Ball's going to be snapped. Pineda hands it off down inside the middle to Stakoviak. He's going to get maybe about 5 yards on the play, maybe 6. They're going to spot him at the 23, and it will be a 5-yard gain. So 3rd and 5 now. Clock is ticking, under a minute now. Quick snap. Pineda rolling. He's going to fake it. Tries to find someone on the left side. Can't find anybody. And it will be an incomplete pass. Laredo United fans wanting an intentional grounding penalty. But I want to say Pineda was out of the pocket for that throw. And we have an injured lineman from Los Fresnos as the officials discuss whether or not it was a penalty. Clock stops at 48 seconds. As the coaching staff from Laredo United still wanting the call of the intentional grounding. But I want to say Pineda was able to get out of the pocket in time or with enough space to avoid that call. He does get the throw beyond the line of scrimmage. And no penalty yet. .48 seconds remaining. Los Fresnos will now be met with a 3rd and about 5. Correction, 4th down and about 5. Need to get to the 18-yard line as the lineman is able to get up from Los Fresnos. It's number 75, the injured player, Roberto Verduzco. And now we're in 4th down territory. Game on the line, season on the line. Last time Los Fresnos was in a 4th down situation, it was 4th and goal at the 3-yard line. And Pineda was able to connect with Ricardo Salazar for the touchdown. Let's see if we're able to get something like that here on this play. Everything that the Falcons did in this season leading up to their undefeated, unbeaten season will come down to this play here. Meanwhile, Laredo United looking to wreak havoc here and try to seal this victory here. 4th down and 5. Pineda gets the ball snapped, rolls to that right side. Does he find an open target? No, he's going to roll to the left. Might have to keep it. No, he's going to find a receiver. Incomplete. Incomplete pass. Pass was thrown a bit too far behind. And that's pretty much going to do it, folks, for Los Fresnos. With the 1 timeout remaining, they won't have enough to stop the clock. And Laredo United with a great stop here as they begin to celebrate over on the visiting side. First and 10, Laredo United lining up in victory formation. And they'll just knee this one down, and this will do it, folks. First and 10, Laredo United. Ball snap's going to take a knee, and that'll start the clock. And I want to say that's the only clock they need to go. And it will be the only clock that is needed. Laredo United with a fourth down stop do get it and will move on to the regional semis in 6A Division I with a 27-20 victory over the Falcons of Los Fresnos. Your final score here, Laredo United 27, Los Fresnos 20. And ladies and gentlemen, as we get into the post-game show here, that does mean that we now have 0 remaining teams from the Rio Grande Valley in this playoff this season. But hey, what a great season the Valley has had. We ended up with 5 teams being undefeated after regular season play. We had Raymondville, we had Mercedes, we had PSJ North, Los Fresnos, of course, now with this heartbreaking defeat. And actually, it might have just been 4, and if I'm missing one, I apologize. As many great games and these great teams from the Valley like Los Fresnos and PSJ North just came up short in the second round of this year's season. Meanwhile, Laredo United is going to go home celebrate with this 27-20 victory. They will move on to take on Lake Travis from the Austin area. Information for that game will be decided and be shared at a later time. With no official word as to where that would be. So definitely check UIL websites, school district websites for that information. But what a great season. What a pleasure it has been being able to cover basically as many games as I did throughout this, great season for the Rio Grande Valley. Coming from the Rio Grande Valley, couldn't be more proud of these great teams. Some programs, getting firsts, being able to capture district titles for the first time in a while. And, just a lot of emotions, a lot of great outcomes and great matchups I was able to experience, not necessarily just as an announcer, but as a spectator, a lover of the game, a fan of the game. But unfortunately, Los Fresnos was not able to pull away tonight's matchup. A great matchup, I would say, nonetheless. But in the end, Laredo United will come away with the victory here tonight. And the player of the game for tonight will be George Luna with 3 passing touchdowns, as he will lead his Longhorns against Lake Travis coming up next week. Again, that information will be shared at a later time. It has been a pleasure to cover many good games as an announcer myself, completing my first year covering for football and being selected to cover tonight's matchup. I will say I did come into the week expecting, hey, we're going to have some great matchups next week as well. But waking up Saturday morning, I'm like, hey, we got 2 more Valley teams here tonight, and they're going to not only put on a show, but they're going to put on a lot of effort, a lot of dedication, a lot of emotion, a lot of support, not only from the schools themselves, but if you look here on the stands, I mean, there's just a huge crowd here from Los Fresnos, and of course, win or loss, all these fans and all these spectators are in full support of their school, in support of their town, their community. Many of y'all who are here with us in support of Los Fresnos as the last remaining team from the Rio Grande Valley. But again, no matter the outcome, these are still student athletes. These are still kids. And these are memories that unfortunately may not be the best. But knowing that they share these experiences with their close friends, with family members as well, just being able to create these kind of things really just makes all this memorable in the end. And obviously something that they can talk about in the years to come. So Laredo United comes away with the 27-20 victory. Again, our player of the game is number 10, Jorge Luna, as he's able to get 3 passing touchdowns in tonight's victory, 27-20 over Los Fresnos. And before I sign out here tonight, I want to give a huge shout out to our RSO Network team, Joe Bowling, Jammer Reese, a cameraman here tonight, Bert Reese, all the announcers out there who've been with us this season as we continue to cover many other sports throughout the school year now that this last matchup has concluded in an unfortunate loss for Los Fresnos. But with more coverage is still underway, we have basketball, soccer coming up later, and then, of course, in the dugouts for baseball and softball. And it has just been a pleasure to be able to be behind the booth, behind the stands, behind the bleachers, wherever they have us assigned. Being able to provide this service free of charge to many, many people here is nothing short but a blessing. So shout out to the entire RSO Network crew. This is Nacho signing off as our last coverage game for the Rio Grande Valley as Laredo United defeats Los Fresnos of the score of 27-20. We want to thank everybody for just your support for your own Rio Grande Valley team, whether it's up north up to Raymondville and Lyford, far west into the La Grulla, Zapata area, if it's all the way to the east side of the island of Port Isabel or down south in Brownsville. Many, many great programs, many, many great support from you all. And none of this would be possible without you guys and your support. Thank you guys for a great season. We can't wait to see what next year has in store for many of us. I want to wish everybody a happy and safe Thanksgiving holiday as the United Longhorns now will be facing Lake Travis next week. As the Falcons crew now get huddled up at the field for one final time. And we'll send this one away live here at Buccaneer Stadium.